so we could shoot you out some luck if you send in a great message into one of those streams. But some places that are already going to get a little bit of luck are Scoops Pub and Grill, Muddy Cow Coon Rapids, Chanticleer Pizza Coon Rapids, Big Bricks Pub and Grub, American Legion Chaska, Happy Hour Inn, The Corner, Howling Dog Pub, Andy's Bar and Grill, Oldenburg Brewing Company, and Lindsay's Barbecue and Grill. Good job to all those locations getting Pilot TVs. A little bit of luck going out to all you guys. We do have players already 12 balls away in this game right here. 30 balls already dropped, so still in line to be able to take home some great prizes as we're getting into the thick of these game day bingo games. But as you guys are getting after in these games, trying to win some great prizes, I got some jackpots we got that went out over this past weekend, as well as just highlighting the amount of jackpots we've already given out in this season 13. 24 jackpots over the last 7 days, meaning 133 for this season 13 already. Definitely an awesome January to this season, getting 133 jackpots in this January. But on to just yesterday's prizes. This weekend's prizes, as Friday got started off with 8 jackpots. Shelby over at Muddy Cow took home $7,717. A nice prize to start off that Friday. Then we had Zozo over at Maynard's of Excelsior, taking home $1,060. Good job to Zozo, as well as just one of my favorite names, Maynard's of Excelsior. Next up on that Friday, we had Aaron over at Riverside Inn in Holly, taking home $1,542. Taking home $1,681, we had Sage over at Wildwood Sports Bar and Grill in Rochester. And before I get into more Friday jackpots, we have a Lucky Tim over at American Legion Shakopee, taking home a nice must-go prize of $19.20 in this first game of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting rolled into our second game with that minor prize, clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, getting more exciting. That major prize still at 50 balls or less, and that mega prize still at 48 balls or less as we get into a game number 2. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get enrolled. But to continue on with the jackpots that went out on Friday, we had a nice prize go out to, let's see, Kevlar over at Lucky 13 Burnsville, taking home $681. Good job, Kevlar. Then we had Mick over at Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl, taking home $693. And $696 went out to Louie over at La Playette. And the final jackpot to go out on that Friday went to Get In Gerva over at South Street Saloon, taking home a nice prize of $5,360. Good job to the great player taking home a nice prize to end off that Friday. But to get Saturday started off, we had some nice prizes go out, as the first one went out to Benji over at JD's Outpost Bar and Grill, taking home $607. Then also on that Saturday, we had Craig Lena over at Docks Landing, taking home $3,204. Also on Saturday, we had DJ over at Hollandale 3-1, taking home $896. And the final jackpot to go out on that Saturday went out to Pizza Sauce over at Cowboy Jack's Apple Valley, taking home $994. Good job to all of our winners on that Saturday, and good job to good old Pizza Sauce, as I feel like talking about pizza sauce now. And Ben, I would love for you to check in with what's your favorite pizza sauce, as there's so many good. You got pesto pizza, you got just like a sweet marinara, a spicy marinara, you got barbecue sauce, which always works good for, in my opinion, as a pizza sauce. And so I really don't know what's my favorite. I'll probably either go with a spicy marinara if I'm feeling, a just solid actual pizza. And if I'm going with something a little different, I would probably go with just a barbecue bacon pizza, as those ones are probably my favorite pizza available right now. So that's my favorite, but good job to Pizza Sauce, taking home a nice win. I'll wait to see if Ben checks in with his favorite pizza sauce as well, as I'd love to hear, Ben, what's your favorite? We do have balls dropping in this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo. We'll see who can take home a nice prize in 54 balls or less. And if you take it home in 54 balls or less, you'll be taking home a nice prize of $90.59. We also have a major prize of $2,628, and that mega prize in 48 balls or less, you could take home $31,000. Definitely some great stuff, as players are still 15 balls away. We'll see as they keep on creeping closer. But to get into Sunday's jackpots, while I wait to see if Ben can send in his favorite type of pizza sauce. And next up is Chad over at Shady's Railside, taking home $919. Then we had another prize go out to Big Winner over at the Hideaway Bar, taking home $7,433. $810 went out to Sarah over at Boulevard Tavern. And on that Sunday, we also had Policy Man over at Neeson's Gaylor taking home the largest jackpot of the weekend, $10,161. Good job to Policy Man getting the biggest prize of them all, but also taking home a nice prize to end off that weekend. The final prize on Sunday went out to Stingray over at Sasquatch Saloon, a bar and grill, taking home $1,784. Good job to Stingray. I still have hard feelings about you because of good old Steve Irwin. And good job, too, taking home a nice win for Sasquatch Saloon and bar of $1,784. Ben is checking in. He's just saying the classic marinara is his favorite pizza sauce. Definitely a great sauce, I agree with. I definitely lean for sometimes more of the specialty sauces like a barbecue sauce, but I think a classic marinara is always good as well. We do have Dale over at Muddy Cow, Coon Rapids, taking home a nice $17 Musco prize on that one. Good job, Dale, in this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting rolled into a game number 3 with that minor prize, clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less. Should be some really, really great stuff as you guys continue to get enrolled in this upcoming game. But if you guys aren't getting enrolled into this upcoming game and you want to check out some of our e-tabs, we have a new e-tab game that just came out about a week and a half ago, and that's called Lucky Star. And you guys can see if you can win big in the Wild Star bonus round. It's super fun stuff. It's a super simple game, and we'd definitely love to see you guys playing it. So maybe take a player picture of you playing the new e-tab game, Lucky Star. And if you guys do like that game, give us a check out our Facebook page and leave us a little review about Lucky Star. We'd love to hear a little player feedback on that eTab game, and it's so easy to find our Facebook page. All you gotta do is search up Pilot Games and click on our logo. Not only can you check in on that Facebook page about how you feel about Lucky Stars, but you can also see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. There's also a website link at the top of the Facebook page, which is our link tree, as links to bar locations, our socials, and more there as well. So definitely check out everything our Facebook has to offer, as well as that link tree that has links to so many different things. We do have 1 minute and 10 seconds to get enrolled in this next game. $114 on that minor, $2,647 on that major, and $31,314 on that mega. All should be some great stuff as you guys are getting enrolled into this game number 3. And we'll be playing this Game Day Bingo. I'll be playing this Game Day Bingo with you guys all the way up until 1 o'clock. It should be a lot of fun, as that's when I'll leave you off for some more great Game Day Bingo action. Now, you'll have to wait after one game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 1 p.m., but that's not a bad opportunity to take home some really good cash, as there's $77,486 available in that game. Then any of those prizes that don't go out during this time right here of Game Day Bingo from 12 all the way till 1 o'clock, you'll get more opportunities at those great prizes like that mega, major, and minor during the 1 to 4 opportunity of Game Day Bingo. That will lead you into Happy Hour. Happy Hour, you get started off with a game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 4 p.m. Obviously, there could be a $77,000 prize available there if it doesn't go out at 1 p.m. Then from 4 all the way till 6, that's when you get into the Skull Bingo games during that happy hour. There's a line prize of $220 you can take home in 10 balls or less, a large frame of $1,179 you can take home in 43 balls or less, and a coverall of $28,569 you can take home in 50 balls or less. All should be having a lot of fun and just growing as you guys are playing those games from 4 all the way till 6 of Skull Bingo. And then ending off those great games of Happy Hour Bingo, we play one final game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 6 p.m. You'll have another opportunity at that $77,000 prize if it didn't go out at 1 and at 4, so should be some great stuff in all 3 of those Lucky 4 Bingo games, 1, 4, and 6 o'clock. And after that final game of Lucky 4 Bingo, that's when you get into more game day bingo action from 6 all the way till 10, where all those prizes that were growing and rolling from 12 to 1, then again from 1 to 4, are just going to be even bigger and more available during that 6 to 10 time, with that mega, major, and minor prize still on the line during that time. But you'll want to come out tonight if you want some great opportunities at those prizes, as the following 2 nights we have some games interrupting that game day bingo running from 6 to 10. And that's our PGL specialty nights. The next one up is happening 6:40 this Tuesday, and that's MegaSota game night. And it starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki are going to be there trying to give out a bunch of PGL points, a bunch of great prizes, like a grand finale prize of $7,166 in a great game called Jackpot Jungle. If you win it in 54 balls or less, you'll be taking home that great $7 grand prize. And then the following night, the one I will be there for, I'll be live hosting with you guys, a little Wild Wednesday action. Runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday, and we'll be trying to give out a bunch of PGL points there as well. So, should be some great stuff. Make sure you guys come out for Wild Wednesday, 7 o'clock every Wednesday. And the next one up, MegaSota Game Night, starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. We do have a winner here, as we have Shell over at Carboni's Pizza Bar and Grill in Lakeville, taking home a nice Musco prize of $21. We will now be getting enrolled into a game number 4 of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize, clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Definitely some amazing stuff as you guys are getting enrolled into this game. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to do so, and $135 available on that minor prize in 58 balls or less, so you won't want to miss out on your opportunity at that prize. But as you guys are getting enrolled into this game, I have some national days I can get into, and I feel like this first one is not only a day for me, but is also an even bigger day for the person I have producing this broadcast with me, and that is Ben, as it is National Croissant Day. In the United States, National Croissant Day recognizes a flaky pastry enjoyed at every meal. Croissants are buttery, crescent-shaped rolls that are crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Absolutely love croissants. They're so tasty, perfect for a breakfast. That's where I mostly have croissants, as a good breakfast meal with some croissants can never go bad. But really, I can have it at any point and I'll be super happy. Like, there was times in my life where my mom would just pop out a thing of croissants, and then just me and my brothers would just go up consistently throughout the rest of the night just eating croissants, and they'd be gone within the first 30 minutes of them being out there. It was an absolutely great time. I like a good croissant. One of my favorite ways to have a croissant is actually a croissant sandwich. So good. Cut that thing in half, throw some egg, throw some bacon, and whatever else you want on that, and it just tastes so good, and makes me miss a little bit of Tim Hortons, as they have a really good croissant sandwich, but I haven't had it in a while, as Tim Hortons has been really disappointing me lately, so I haven't been there in probably about a year or so. We do have 45 seconds to get enrolled in this next game. We have a nice prize of $145. You could take home in 58 balls or less, a $2,672 prize. You could take home in 50 balls or less, and a mega prize of $31,339. You could take home in 48 balls or less. Ben's checking in, sending in the great scene from Jimmy Neutron with Carl Weezer slurping up the croissant, one of the most iconic scenes with a croissant in it in cinematic history, I would have to argue. But it is definitely a great check-in. Ben, let me know what is your favorite way to have a croissant, because I would love to know, because I don't know what my favorite way. I love a good sandwich, croissant sandwich. I mean, also, if you count this, I feel like it should count pigs in a blanket as you put the croissant dough around the little sausages, and that's how you create pigs in a blanket. And so that might be my favorite way of having some croissant bread. But I really don't know. Just the classic croissant with breakfast is also just so tasty. I'll probably just go with the classic croissant, just having it as a nice little breakfast side instead of having the biscuit, have a croissant. I think that's probably my favorite way to have it. But there's so many great ways to have a good croissant. But we are now in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. Should be some really great stuff as we continue on with this game. We got players already 10 balls away, definitely in line to be able to take home one of these great prizes available. And Ben says the same thing basically as me, a good flaky croissant with a delicious breakfast you can never go wrong with. And I completely agree with that. Pack like 4 on my plate with me and I'm set for the rest of the morning. We do have still 41 balls dropped on this one. 8 balls away for some of these players. Starting to click past the availability for the Mega. We'll see if that Major is still available, as it looks like the Major is no longer available as well for these players. And the only one that we have a shot at it is this minor prize, which isn't a bad one, $144. We'll see who can take it home. Happy New Year out there. Yeah, it is the last year. It's the last day of January, so I feel like you can still say that and it be okay. We're about to get into February though, so I'd start working on start workshopping a new game, a new name. We got 3 balls away for a bunch of these players, as we have one more ball to drop before we have to give out this prize. And no, we are giving out a $22.50 must-go prize in this game, meaning that all of our jackpots are going to grow and roll into the next one. As our winner of the must-go is Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue, taking home $22.50. Good job, Bobo, as we will now be getting rolled into a game number 5 of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize, clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. Should be some fun stuff as you guys continue to get enrolled into this next Game Day Bingo game. And as you guys get enrolled into this next game, I have the next National Day. And this one's a fun one. It's National Bubble Wrap Day. National Bubble Wrap Day, also known as National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, on the last Monday in January, recognizes a fascinating piece of invention. Today, bubble wrap's primary purpose is to protect fragile items either in shipping or storage. Of course, people also take enjoyment from popping the bubbles in bubble wrap too. Yes, it's definitely awesome. I love some good bubble wrap. I remember as a kid just getting whenever me and my family would move, as we moved around quite often, there would always be some excess bubble wrap around, and me and my siblings would just go to town. We would have it on the floor, making basically a red carpet for ourselves, but then we'd walk on it and it would be the funnest red carpet you've ever seen, as I think a lot of people would appreciate if the red carpet was a bunch of just bubble wrap. We got 1 minute to get enrolled in this next game, though. Like I said, 60 balls or less for that minor prize. $180 already available on that minor, and only growing as more people get enrolled over the next minute time frame. But as we are talking about National Bubble Wrap Day, let's find out a little bit more about bubble wrap. And we got some, I guess, shocking facts about bubble wrap, which I am surprised that there are shocking facts. But bubble wrap was originally invented as wallpaper. 50 years ago, Alfred Fielding and Mark Chavnis created 3-dimensional wallpaper from sealed air pockets between shower curtains. They thought people would love the groovy design, but bubble wrap's destiny was function over form. A great packaging material was born. That is super fun. I would love actually a wall just of like bubble wrap type material on my wall. I think that would be really, really cool. Now, it would have to be a lot sturdier than bubble wrap, but I feel like it, it's a comfy little, you can lean up against the wall and it's got a little cushion to it. I feel like you can't go wrong with maybe a little bubble wrap as your wallpaper, but hey, I like the use for it anyways. I think that's awesome. Popping bubble wrap actually relieves stress. Toss out the stress ball and head towards your latest packaged item. Instead, according to research by Sealed Air Corporation, 1 minute of popping bubble wrap can reduce stress levels as much as 33%, the equivalent of a 30-minute massage. There you go. 10 minutes of popping bubble wrap can reduce almost as much stress as a 30-minute massage. I think that's really, really cool stuff. I think it's super satisfying as well. So I completely understand that one. Maybe I'll have to bring some of my coworkers a little bit of bubble wrap on today, just to, celebrate on a great national day. But next up on the fun facts is bubble wrap was almost an official toy. Bubble wrap made it to the National Toy Hall of Fame finals in 2016. It was up against other serious contenders. While it didn't make it in, we hope that it will one day. Yeah, I think it deserves to be in the Toy Hall of Fame. Ben says he's going to judge anyone who has bubble wrap wallpaper. So I guess don't get bubble wrap wallpaper if you plan on having Ben as a dinner guest. Just don't do it, or else he'll probably be giving you nasty looks for the rest of the dinner. We do have 48 balls dropped in this game. Players 5 balls away. We'll see if they can take home any of these great prizes. Definitely in line still to be able to take home this minor, and the minor is the only one available now. Final little fun fact, though, about bubble wrap is bubble wrap goes virtual. Did you know that you can pop virtual bubble wrap? You can download literally an app that allows you to pop virtual bubble wrap. I think that doesn't reduce as much stress as actually popping real bubble wrap. I think I wouldn't enjoy that game, but I mean, there's probably some people out there that are just such big fans of bubble wrap that game is for you. We do have a winner here, taking home a must-go prize of $31.80, as we got Why Not Me over at Tony's Saloon and Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine splitting up the must-go. Good job to both of our winners in this game number 5 of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting rolled into a game number 6 with that minor prize still growing, clicking up in ball count from 60 to 62 balls or less. Should be some high likelihood that it goes out at 62 balls or less. Already $213 available in that one. The major prize is looking good as well, as it's at $2,730 you can take home in 50 balls or less, and a mega prize of $31,398 you can take home in 48 balls or less. Should be some great stuff as you guys are getting into this game number 6. But happy National Bubble Wrap Day. I think it's a great day on today. And if you have some bubble wrap, enjoy it. I may just, run on over to the store, pick up like a roll of bubble wrap and just drop it off at like one of my friends' like front doors and just like knock and then just leave. Don't say anything to them. Act like I never dropped off bubble wrap or anything. I don't want to ever bring it up to them. I just want them to be confused that someone just left bubble wrap at their door for years to come. So that may be the plan for after the broadcast today. But we are now just 1 minute and 20 seconds till we get into this upcoming game. $233 available on the minor, 62 balls or less. I think a very high likelihood that we could see this minor go out in this game right here. But as you guys are getting after, 1 minute to get enrolled, I got some Twins news to talk about. And Twins' Johan Duran thinks he can throw 105 miles per hour this season. That is smoking. Nobody in the majors hit 105 miles per hour on the radar gun last season, so it would be a pretty huge feat. The electrifying Minnesota Twins reliever led the majors in 2022 with an average four-seam fastball velocity of 100.8 miles per hour. At Twins Fest in Minneapolis on Saturday, Duran said he thinks he can heat his fastball up to 105 miles per hour this season. Last season, Duran's hardest pitch was a 103.3 mile per hour fastball that he threw to Cleveland's for Framil Reyes on May 14th. According to Baseball Savant, there were 23 pitches of at least 103 miles per hour in the big leagues last season. Duran had 10 of them. 10 of the 23 was Duran. Ryan Hursley of the Cardinals threw 9, and the other 4 belonged to Andres Munoz, who threw 2, Felix Batista, and Jordan Hicks, all through on that 103 mile per hour range, but none of them able to do it 10 times the same way Duran did. I mean, absolutely impressive stuff, and doesn't surprise me that he has faith that he could throw 105 mile per hour this season, as I mean, if you got 10 pitches in a season of 103 miles per hour, boost that up just 2 miles per hour, I think he could definitely do it. Should be some really cool stuff to see, as he is one of those just uber talented throwers and can just throw at such a high velocity and can throw a lot of different pitches at that velocity. It is a very impressive feat, and I can't wait to see what Johan Duran's progression looks like heading into this 2023 season. But if you guys want to send a little bit of luck over to our Minnesota Twins, play the great eTab game Twins Win. You guys can even pick a lucky batter in the Home Run Derby bonus round. Hopefully they're not trying to hit it off that 105 mile per hour fastball from Duran, but if you pick the right batter, you'll actually be taking home a really, really great jackpot in that game. Check out the great eTab game Twins Win. The only Pilot Games, the only place where you can find Twins-themed eTab games. We do have 46 balls dropped on this one. Players are already 6 balls away. High likelihood we'll see this one going out as we click past that mega prize. Creeping close to that major, and it doesn't look like that one will be going out either. But 5 balls away already for a bunch of these players, and I think we'll be giving out this minor prize in 62 balls or less. We'll just have to see if it can fall correctly for a few of these players who are still at that 5 balls away. Now 3 balls away. Now we are cooking a little bit more. See, right now you guys are all earning points towards those game day bingo standings, which is awesome stuff. Super competitive in those game day bingo standings. But we have a jackpot winner as B Rosie over at B Rosie 17 over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub Oak Park Heights. He's taking home $238 on that minor jackpot. Good job, B Rosie 17, in this game number 6 of game day bingo. You guys will now be getting enrolled into a game number 7 with that major prize growing in money amount, mega prize also growing in money amount, but that minor prize is reverting back to 52 balls or less. Let's not forget about the double Musco that will be available in this game, so get enrolled, press play. I'll be taking a quick break, and I'll be back in just a little bit to announce our winner, as well as to hopefully give out some more great jackpots.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
it's awesome.
Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Hey guys, and I'm back for some more of this great game day bingo action. We got 50 seconds to get enrolled in this upcoming game. 54 balls or less for a $63 minor jackpot. A major prize of $2,797 you can take home in 50 balls or less. And a mega prize of $31,464 you can take home in 48 balls or less. All should be some fun stuff as you guys are getting into this upcoming game. But in these game day bingo games, you guys are earning points towards the game day bingo standings. And right now, these are how the standings look. In ninth place, we have a two-way tie between Lucky over at Classic Bowl and Rock Jim over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, both with 14,000 points. With 16,000 points, we have another two-way tie in seventh between Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue and Bucko over at the Green Lantern. Sixth place, moving up from, getting bumped back actually from fifth, we got Brother Nate over at the Chart House with 18,000 points. Moving up, getting bumped back also from fourth into fifth, we got Jim Rocks over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 19,000 points. Moving up from sixth into third place, we have Tanya over at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery, tying it up with already in third place Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, both of them with 21,000 points. Second place is 1308 over at the Red Fox Tavern with 23,000 points. And in first place, it's Bowl over at Corner Bar Goodhue with 27,000 points. On the location side of these standings, in 10th place, moved from unranked to this spot, we got Flamers with 24,000 points. With 25,000 points in 9th place, getting bumped back from 7th, we got American Legion Fridley. Breaking out of a tie in 7th place, but also getting bumped back into 8th, we got Lincoln Depot with 26,000 points. Was previously tied with American Legion Fridley, was able to pass up American Legion Fridley, but not able to handle Shady's Railside as they moved from 9th into 7th, now from 9th into 6th, now with 28,000 points, tying up with the already in 6th place location, Red Fox Tavern. Definitely some awesome stuff there for that location. 5th place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park with 32,000 points. With 38,000 points in 4th place, we got Outtakes. 3rd place is the Chart House with 42,000 points. And with 46,000 points in 2nd place, we got Corner Bar Goodhue. 1st place, though, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 84,000 points. Definitely some great stuff there. And if you guys want some great bingo outside of our live bingo, we have a bunch of different ETAB games. Over 70 different Charitable ETAB games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. You'll definitely want to check them out. So definitely send in whatever your favorite ETAB game is and whatever you're playing right now. And right now, the highlight ETAB of this game is a little bit of lots of loons. Definitely a fun one as we got B Rosie over 17 over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub Oak Park Heights, taking home a nice Musco of $22.70. Good job, B Rosie, in this game number 8 of Game Day Bingo. But in game number 7, B Rosie 17 over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub Oak Park Heights actually took home the double Musco of $71.60. So good job getting the double win. B Rosie 17 taking home some nice cash prizes in these games. 2 minutes though and 20 seconds to get enrolled in this upcoming one. $80 available on that minor. You can take home in 56 balls or less. But as I was talking about, highlight ETAB game of this broadcast is lots of loons, the most realistic ETAB game we have ever put out. And you guys can take home lots of great prizes and even check out the photo bonus, where if you take the right picture of those loons, you'll be taking home some really great cash. But a little music history on today, as you guys got 2 minutes to get enrolled. And on today in 1969, the Beatles staged their famous rooftop concert on the roof of Apple Records in London. After performing a few songs, including Get Back and Don't Let Me Down, the police shut them down as a large crowd gathers. It is the Beatles' last public performance. Definitely some really cool stuff there. I mean, Beatles' last public performance, as well as just a rooftop performance to end it all off, just seems completely correct for the Beatles, and definitely a cool day in music history in 1969. But also today in 1999, America is abuzz with Britney Spears' whose debut single, Baby One More Time, goes to #1 as her album also reaches the top. Definitely some really, really cool stuff, as Britney Spears was huge during that time, during the early 2000s, really late 1990s, was just coming into dominance as she was only like 17 years old at the time and got so much mass popularity. Definitely some really, really cool days in music history on today. We do just have 45 seconds to get enrolled in this next game, game number 9, as we got a minor prize of $87 you can take home in 56 balls or less, a major prize of $2,818 you can take home in 50 balls or less, and then the mega prize of $31,485 you can take home in 48 balls or less. All should be some fun stuff here. But as you guys are waiting for this game to get started, definitely go over and get signed up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points to try and get into our top 10 standings, as well as they get insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information in it. Some new players who just got signed up are Blizzard, Luke K, Kelbell, Minnesota April, Six Pack, Tut, Big Rig 18, K Davis, Girly Girls 3, Casper L, Larry, as well as CJ Slick. Good job to all those players getting signed up. Super exciting stuff as we got balls dropping in this game number 9. We'll see if we can give out any of these great jackpots, but if we miss out on all these great jackpots, we do have a $21 Musco prize in this game. But as you guys are getting after in this one, we have some PGL standings to talk about. And right now in 10th place, we got PCK 913 over at the Friendly Inn with 214,000 points. With 222,000 points in 9th place, we got Bergar over at Southtown Lanes. 8th place is Day's Dream over at Monty's Sports Bar with 225,000 points. With 233,000 points in 7th place, we have Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill. 6th place is Yak2102 over at Commander Bar JJ Pub with 236,000 points. With 255,000 points in 5th place, we got Dugout over at VFW Spring Lake Park. 4th place is Sherbert over at Clubhouse at Edinburgh with 263,000 points. With 271,000 points in 3rd place, we got Panda over at Rendezvous. 2nd place, Big Pippin over at the Alibi at Gilbert with 281,000 points. And really leading this charge so far, it's Jake over at Rev's Lakeside Tavern with 401,000 points. Good job to all of our players, really killing it in this Season 13, especially Jake with 401,000 points. Now onto the location side of the standings. In 10th place, moving from unranked to that spot just last Wednesday, we got Stanchion Bar and Hamel with 763,000 points. 9th place is Municipal Liquor Store Millerville in Brandon with 763,000 points. With 771,000 points in 8th place, we got Benton Station in Sauk Rapids. Before I get into our top 7, though, we are creeping close as we've clicked past all of our jackpots and now working on that $21 must-go prize. It should be hitting your guys' iPads in just a few seconds. Players already 3 balls away. We'll see who ends up taking home this nice prize before we get into the top 7 locations of the PGL standings. We do have a winner here as Chrissy over at Big Louie's Bar and Grill in Crystal is taking home that nice $21 prize. Good job, Chrissy, in this game of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting rolled into a game number 10 with that minor prize, clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. So make sure you guys continue to get enrolled and press play. But back to the standings. 7th place, we got American Legion Cleveland with 775,000 points. 6th place is PJ Supper Club in Avon with 788,000 points. With 802,000 points in 5th place, we got Eagles Austin. 4th place is White Bear Bar and White Bear Lake with 931,000 points. With 939,000 points in 3rd place, we got Beer Stoop Hastings. Newcomer into the 1 million point club in 2nd place, we got the Alibi at Gilbert with 1,030,000 points. Was able to get there 2 weeks ago in 1st place, also in the 1 million point club. It's Eagles Albert Lay with 1,199,000 points. Definitely some competitive stuff there for our location and player standings. Can't wait to see a great PGL night coming up this Tuesday at 6:40, as well as our PGL night on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Make sure you guys are coming out there, as the 7 o'clock Wednesday opportunity is a Wild Wednesday. Right now, our Minnesota Wild are 27, 17, and 4 on the season, and Max Zuccarello, Kirill Kaprizov, and Freddie Goudreau scored in a shootout, lifting the Minnesota Wild past the Buffalo Sabres 3-2 on Saturday night. Joel Eriksson-Ek and Jared Spurgeon had a goal in regulation for Minnesota, which headed into its All-Star break with 2 wins in a row. A great way to head into the All-Star break. Marc-Andre Fleury stopped 29 shots for the Wild, including a sprawling save to thwart Tage Thompson on a wraparound, try with about 8 minutes left in regulation. He also made a pair of stops about 4 minutes later, with Buffalo buzzing in the Wild's end. You saw this morning that we're out of the playoffs, right? Not fun to see. A good win tonight and a good 2 points, Fleury said. At least now we've got 7 days to see ourselves in the playoffs. Then we get back to back to. Then when we get back to business. Should be some really great stuff. Love what Fleury said about just, staying focused, getting a 2-week break where we have played really well to get ourselves back into a playoff opportunity. And we just need to continue that once we get off of this nice little week break, as we don't play again till next Monday, as our Wild are taking on the Coyotes at 8 p.m. Should be a fun one, as we have that nice little break to be able to revamp, get healthy again, and just get ready for the rest of this very lengthy season. Should be some fun stuff. And if you guys want to show some support to the Minnesota Wild, you guys can play the eTab game. Pilot Games is the only place where you can find Minnesota Wild themed eTab games, and the eTab game we teamed up with the Minnesota Wild for is Let's Go Wild. You guys can see it in my corner right here, and you guys could take home some really great prizes in that one, and even check out the Slap Shot bonus round to see if you can score yourself a jackpot. But if you guys do score yourself a jackpot, we'd love to see a player picture of it, whether you're playing live bingo, e-tabs, just having a good time playing one of Pilot Games games. We'd love to see a player picture of it. You could send those pictures by direct messaging us on Facebook, by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com, or just posting them onto any of your social media with the hashtag PilotGames. All really great stuff there. We do have balls still dropping in this game right here, though. 40 balls dropped on it. We're trying to give out a minor prize in 58 balls or less. Definitely doable in this game number 10 of Game Day Bingo. We got 8 balls away for a bunch of our players like Anna, Big Ed, Willie, and Greg. We'll see if they can stay moving up closer and closer as more players move to that 8 ball away mark. And we'll see if it works out for them. But as you guys are working at the final little bits of this game, we have some Vikings news. And it's actually current Vikings news. It's not projecting any draft stuff. It's not anything like that. It's that our Vikings outside linebacker, Danielle Hunter, has been named to the 2023 NFL Pro Bowl game. And the NFL and Vikings announced on Monday. Hunter, who will appear in his 3rd Pro Bowl, will be replacing Hassan Reddick of the Philadelphia Eagles, who advanced to the Super Bowl on Sunday. I mean, just not exactly the way we'd love to see him get a Pro Bowl, as it's replacing someone who made a Super Bowl. I'd rather be in the Super Bowl, but I think that it's great to see a great player get recognized and be able to go to that Pro Bowl. We do have a winner here, as we got Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue, taking home a nice Musco prize of $23.80 in this game number 10. We'll now be getting rolled into a game number 11 with that minor prize clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. Should be some great stuff as you guys continue to get enrolled. That major prize growing in money amount as well. And that mega prize at $31,530, 48 balls or less. All should be some fun stuff as you guys get enrolled in the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds. But I think that's super exciting stuff. Let's also talk about all the other players that are making the Pro Bowl this year. And we have 6 Vikings that are going to be heading over to the Pro Bowl. Actually 7 now that we have Danielle Hunter going to that Pro Bowl. And some of those are Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Zadarius Smith, TJ Hawkinson, our long snapper, Andrew DePaulo, as well as Dalvin Cook, who are all selected to attend that one, as well as just announced today that Danielle Hunter would be going to that Pro Bowl as well, making it a total of 7 great players being able to make there. I mean, what's really impressive is that we have 2 of our pass rushers going to the Pro Bowl, Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter. Really proof that we had 2 of the best pass rushers in the entire NFL, and it throws a lot of doubt towards our defense, as if you have 2 guys who are Pro Bowl pass rushers, what was the defense doing to stop the pass game? It didn't do much. It was we got passed on a lot. We created a lot of turnovers due to the pressure from those pass rushers, but we need some more DB coverage. We need to change up our scheme a little bit so that we can highlight those guys just a little bit more, because I think Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter could be the best pass rush duo in the entire NFL. Some other great things about it is that we got Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and TJ Hawkinson, along with Dalvin Cook, all making it. So a big piece of our offensive core right there. Just being able to make it is absolutely huge. I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Darrisaw would have made it if he would have played the entire season healthy, but due to being just being hurt throughout a portion of the season, I think really hurt his all-pro chances at being able to make it in for tackle, as well as tackle is such a competitive position nowadays in the NFL. But good job, too, all of those Vikings making the Pro Bowl. I can't wait to watch the Pro Bowl this season, as I think they made some shakeups on the Pro Bowl. And the changes will be, there will be new challenges where players showcase their football and non-football skills in unique competitions. So more of those fun competitions that we love to watch. I love the competitions in there. I think that's kind of what makes the Pro Bowl. The game is so-so. I don't really care that much about watching the game, as it's not a truly competitive game anymore, as people are trying to stay healthy. They're trying to make contracts. But I think the competitions are super, super fun. fun, and I can't wait to see the new and unique competitions that they bring out for that Pro Bowl. Some other fun little things is that they're going to replace the tackle football game with a flag football game and skills competitions instead. So I can't wait to see how that ends up working. We may get an even more competitive football game with the fact that it's going to be flag football instead of being the tackle. I think we may see some really, really fun play and a very offensive showcase game, which it usually always is an offensive showcase game. So it's not going to be much different than the regular. But if you guys want to send a little bit of support over to our Minnesota Vikings, play the great E-Tab game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings for called Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus to see if you can win some big prizes. And like I said, with all the other games that we've talked about that are themed after our professional sports themes, you can only find a Minnesota Vikings E-Tab game here at Pilot Games. So definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun and take home some really, really great prizes. We do have 53 balls dropped on this one, trying to give out that 60 ball or less minor. People are still in line to be able to take this one home, but they're going to have to creep closer. Players 4 balls away like Sports Chick, Poor Baby, Shooting Star. We'll see who ends up taking it home. 2 balls away. Last ball to try and give this one out here. We'll see if it works out. As we do have a winner, $163 is going out in this game number 11 to Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue. Good job, Bobo, as we will now get enrolled into the final game of this great lunchtime with that minor prize reverting back to 52 balls or less, but that must-go of $35 is only going to be growing and rolling into this one, so we'll get a nice opportunity at a double must-go in the final game during this lunchtime bingo. Now, if you're upset that you missed out on some of these great prizes, don't worry, we'll be playing more game day bingo running from 1 all the way till 4 o'clock. You'll play one game of Lucky 4 bingo in between that, and you won't want to miss out on that game either, as you'll have $77,000 on the line. But before I got all into these bingo that we're playing right now, I was talking about our Vikings. And we have one live bingo game that is themed after our Minnesota Vikings, and that is Skull Bingo. And I need to go over those standings before I leave you guys off air. 10th place, we got Seafair Banks over at Ambiance on Albion with 37,000 points. With 38,000 points in 9th place, we got Sambo over at Beer Stube Hastings. 8th place is Mindy May over at Whiskey River Saloon with 39,000 points. With 42,000 points in 7th place, we have Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 6th place is Brenda over at JB's Tavern with 44,000 points. With 48,000 points in 5th place, we got Boots over at Trebek's Bar and Grill. 4th place is Brother Nate over at the Chart House with 55,000 points. With 61,000 points in 3rd place, we got Kool-Aid over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 2nd place is Jelly over at American Legion Stillwater with 77,000 points. And in 1st place, we got Tanya over at JR Mac with 168,000 points. Now on to the location side of these standings. 10th place, we got Muddy Cow Coon Rapids with 70,000 points. With 81,000 points in 9th place, we got American Legion Moorhead. 7th place, we actually have a two-way tie between the former 8th place location, Danny's Dugout, and the already in 7th place Chart House. They both have 86,000 points. 6th place is VFW Dilworth with 110,000 points. With 113,000 points in 5th place, we got a American Legion Stillwater. 4th place is Trebek's Bar and Grill with 127,000 points. 3rd place is Benton Station with 133,000 points. And with 204,000 points in 2nd place, getting bumped back from 1st, we got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards as JR Mac moved up from 2nd into 1st, now with 213,000 points. Good job to all of our winners in those games as we are getting into this final game of Game Day Bingo during this lunchtime. You'll get lots more Game Day Bingo throughout today as it's going to be running from 1 all the way to 4, and then again from 6 all the way till 10 tonight, all building up on these great prizes you see in front of you right now. But some fun celebrity birthdays on today. Born in 1930, we got Gene Hackman, an American actor who's in Bonnie and Clyde, The Conversation, The French Connection, as well as The Birdcage. Just a big-time actor that's been in a lot of hit movies. Next up on today, born in 1951, we got Phil Collins, a British Oscar, Grammy, a Novel and Brit Award-winning rock drummer, pop singer, songwriter. He did Invisible Touch for Genesis, as well as I Can't Dance. His solo career, he did In the Air and Against All Odds, and was also an actor in Buster. It's also Christian Bale's birthday, born in 1974, a British actor who's in Batman Begins, American Psycho, and The Machinist, one of my favorite actors of all time. A happy birthday, Christian Bale. Next up, born in 1980, we got Wilmer Valderrama, a American actor. He was from That 70s Show, as he plays Fez. I know that 90s show has just came out and has really revamped the popularity of That 70s Show. And the final celebrity birthday, born in 1984, we got Kid Cudi, an American rapper who did Man on the Moon, as well as The End of Day. Definitely some cool stuff there. Happy birthday to all of our celebrities born on today, as well as the players who are playing right now. Little luck if it's your birthday on today, and even if it's not, I guess if you feel like it's your birthday, there's a little bit of luck going out to you. Our Timberwolves are having a really good stretch of games right now. They've won 2 in a row as they are 27-25. Anthony Edwards scored 34 points in his last game as they won 117-110 against the Sacramento Kings. And hopefully he can do it again, as we'll be taking on the Kings again tonight at 7 o'clock. We do have a winner here, winning $50.70. We got Miker over at Village Pub and Lounge, taking home that nice prize. Good job, Miker, in this final game of Game Day Bingo during this lunchtime. You got more games following up in just a little bit. Enjoy this one game of Lucky 4 Bingo that you're about to get enrolled into. Before I leave off for you guys to get into some more Game Day Bingo and Lucky 4 Bingo action, I got a player spotlight. And that's Policy Man over at Neeson's Gaylord, who took home $10,161. And over at Neeson's Gaylord, you support Gaylord Fire. And their mission is to be responsible for fire suppression, rescue, fire code enforcement, and public fire education. Absolutely awesome stuff there. And just a little reminder that whenever you guys are playing pilot games, that your community wins. I'll see you guys during the happy hour.
mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts. Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience. Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
this is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite. I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It was awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.